What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my detailed review of the XinXun Sky Alien. And this is the quad right here. This quad is a really nice flying quad. This thing flies really nice. I can't really think of any bad things to say about it, except for that one that's in front of us right here. The transmitter is a tiny transmitter. It comes with this tiny transmitter. I don't know why they're starting to send micros with these tiny transmitters. Other than that, this thing is a really nice flyer. It's a pretty decent flying quadcopter. It comes with the prop guards installed on it. They can be removed. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably saw the XinXun Sky Devil. This guy here is his cousin, actually. What I mean by that, the prop guard, I say that because the prop guards are the exact same prop guards that are on the Sky Devil, and so they're interchangeable. If you have the Sky Devil, you can swap the props and prop guards with it and all. They look similar, the finish on them, but this thing seems to be built pretty well. I had a 3515 by Jun Ching, aka the Voodoo Copter. That thing looked sort of like this, but it was really fragile. This thing here isn't fragile at all. I've crashed it a ton of times, and it's held up pretty well. It feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel cheap at all. Doesn't feel like it's going to break on you like the other one, like that 3015 does. This thing is really nice. It has a unique look to it. It flies really nice with the prop guards on it. I actually haven't really tested it too much with the prop guards off it because it flies so well with them on. And you get nice flight times. I was getting 6 minutes of flight times with the prop guards on it. So I never really thought to take it off. But it flies really nice with them on. It has a unique look, even down to the LEDs that's in this thing. It doesn't have any LEDs in the motor pods, in the arms. It just has a flashlight LED here, and in the back there's a red LED, or two red LEDs in the battery bay, so it lights up the battery bay. I think that's pretty nice and unique. It makes it seem like when it's flying, it looks like fire is, coming out of there, like the spaceship look. And the front just has a flashlight that actually does stop flashing once you bind it to the transmitter. So this is a pretty nice flyer. Although I don't think that this quad is meant for beginners, because on low rates this thing is pretty fast. It has a deep pitch on low rates. The yaw rate on this thing, that's another thing that I can say is a negative about this, is the yaw rate. The yaw rate is pretty slow on here, but they give you enough pitch to compensate. If you're a pitch flyer, then you wouldn't mind the yaw rate, because it gives you enough pitch to be able to make nice banking turns, whereas the yaw rate really wouldn't matter too much. But it does suffer from a slow yaw rate. The yaw rate could be faster. It would make it a lot better. But this thing is pretty nice the way it is. I think that's what's stopping this thing from being excellent, the yaw rate, because it's a really nice flyer. Really, even with this small transmitter, it has nice range with it. You can bank turns pretty well with it. It flips really well. This thing flips really nice and tight. It reminds me of what quad? It reminds me of the V252, how it handles really nice and all. It flips it well and everything. This is a really nice stable flyer. It's stable and hover. It can be a little touchy on throttle at full battery, but other than that, this thing is really responsive. It's just a really nice flyer. And I think that the LED scheme was pretty well thought out, because with this blue, dark blue plastic, you would think that LEDs wouldn't shine. It wouldn't show up really well through the body. So they were smart by putting this flashlight on the front for the orientation of the front, and the back just have the red LEDs in the battery bay. I think that was pretty awesome because you can, even if this thing was black, you can still see the LEDs lighting up from the back and in the red, and you can see the flashlight in the front. So a pretty nice night flyer this thing is. You can see orientation. You might have a little problem with when it's flying, looking at it from the side, because you still see the glow of the red in the battery bay, but you don't see the white light in the front too much. But it does light up the props a little. So, but it's a really nice flyer. I haven't had any problems with orientation and flying this thing at night. It's not really an indoor flyer because of the slow yaw rate, but mainly it's an outdoor flyer, a really nice outdoor flyer this thing is. So it comes with an extra set of spare props. This thing comes with a screwdriver, and it comes with a 300 milliamp hour battery. So nice size battery, and this tiny transmitter. Now, one thing before we check out the flight footage, this thing I really haven't found any other transmitter that will bind to this thing. It's on some weird protocol that I really don't know what it is, and I have a lot of transmitters to test this thing with, and I've tested it with all of my transmitters. I think it binds to two of the transmitters that I have, another tiny transmitter which makes it useless, and some of the channels are switched, and then I have a larger transmitter that came with a larger quad that I have. It looks like a 1000A clone, but it's not a 1000A clone. I can't remember the name of that quad, but anyhow, it has a large transmitter that this binds to, but some of the channels are swapped around or backwards. So and I really can't bind this thing to anything to get it to fly right. It's not compatible with Devo, no deviation support. So I guess that can be a negative, but this thing is a really nice flyer. Let's go check this thing out in flight. Okay, so this is the indoor flight demo of the XinXun Sky Alien. I'm going to bind it to the stock transmitter. So let's check this thing out, see how it flies. Got a fresh battery in here. A little touchy on the throttle. As you can see, this thing is pretty stable. So yeah, this is low rates we're on now. This is the yaw rate. This is the pitch. So you can see the yaw was pretty slow, but the pitch is really high for a beginner's mode. It's like they just skip right over the beginner's mode. And so let's go to, this is mid rates here. More of that deep pitch there. The yaw rate seems like it's the same pretty much, just a little bit more on the pitch. So, okay, now we're on high rates now. This is the yaw, same yaw, but the pitch a little more deeper. Yeah, so this thing is like an expert, intermediate to expert quad. Really not, I don't recommend this for any beginners. Even though it does have the prop guards on the front. And the prop guards work pretty well. Let's see. The head-on hit. And so for the most part, the prop guards work. Do what they're supposed to do. Let's try some flipping. This thing flips nice. Lost some altitude on that one, but I think I was cutting throttle already. See, it gives itself some throttle before the flip. right there. So nice recovery on the flips. You can see the lights are pretty bright in the front. That flashlight there is pretty bright. In the back you have that red fire coming out of the battery bay there. So that's about as good as the frontal indoor you're gonna get. And so let's take this thing outdoors real quick and fly it around out there. It's a little windy out here. Yeah, so we get a night flight and a wind test right now. Well, looks like we're at LVC already. Let's see if we can get a landing before it actually conks out on us. It's kind of windy for a landing though. Oh, it's trying to blow it over there. Let me grab it. So that's it, the XinXun Sky Alien. Thanks for watching. See how long the LVC lasts. Try to keep it close. I don't feel like running to go get it. There's the back of it. Pretty long LVC Warner. And it would conk out while I got it up in the air. XinXun Sky Alien. Thanks for watching.